Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirbishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Bol. What's that? Somebody want to chant? Somebody else want to chant? He does, he wants to chant.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Acharya Sopati Madeti Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada, Om Pada Paramam Acharya Sopati Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada, Acharya Srila Deva Thakur, प्रेम से को श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्री गौर श्री राधा कृष्ण गोकुल श्याम राधा कुंड गिरिगोवर्धन जुगुबी श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय, नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम, गंगा मई की जय, यमुना मई की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, तुलसी देवी की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, समवेत भक्तजन की जय, गौर प्रेमानंदी हरि all goodies to assembly all goodies to assembly all goodies to assembly all goodies Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Hare Krishna, thanks for coming. Those who don't know, actually we are going to chant one rod of Maha Mantra along with Srila Prabhupada. So if you have your chanting beat, please. Otherwise, we have additional beats if you want. So our objective is to concentrate on the names. So whatever you chant, just hear it. That's the objective, without any deviation. Thank you.
Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Radha Sivasadi Gaur Bhakti Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare
Okay, પછી જોઈએ.
Hare Krishna Hare Ram
હા
Hare Krishna
ના જોવાય ના.
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय
हाँ माकड़िया आयो छे
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Welcome back to our weekly program after 2 weeks. Last week we didn't assemble here, but you all remember we had a wonderful program at our dear friend and congregation member Vanit Prabhu and Shika Mataji's place. We had a deity welcoming ceremony. What is the name given to the deities? No, not you, not the host. Achyutapriya Mataji. Nitai Nadia Chandra Bhagavan ki jai. It was a wonderful program. So if you have missed, I have uploaded the video on YouTube, so you can look at it. So today is very, very special day. Many special things as we share. First and foremost is, as you all know, you can read. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday, dear girl. Very cute. Urja Mataji. So we are going to celebrate her birthday today. And also, I see a lot of new faces. Before that, I would like to thank very much on behalf of our Bensalem Bhakti Vriksha to honoring my request, His Grace Vishnunada Prabhu. Loudly chant 3 times Hari Bol. So we are hearing his kirtan after a long time, melodious kirtan. He was in India for a while, for almost 1.5 months, right? So he was going around Mayapur and also a small town in Orissa. So I can share that snaps and also video. So there the whole town got to hear his kirtan and lecture. So he could share that some of his experiences there while he is giving the discourse. And also I see Jagannath Priya Mataji and Aditi Lata, husband, their kid, Vijaya Mataji, and who else I'm missing? Shashi Shekhar Prabhu. Yes, Hari Bol. Let's all chant 3 times loudly, Hari Bol. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Thank you for coming. So we would like to hear Vishnunada Prabhu, please, if you can. So who doesn't know Vishnu Dada Prabhu? No hands raised. Okay, good. I guessed it right. So,
Hey, come closer.
yeah, please.
Yeah, you use this.
So as you all know, His Grace Vishnu Dada Prabhu is one of the senior most disciples of ISKCON founder Acharya A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, and has been in Krishna consciousness movement for the past, can you guess? 50 plus. You all saw the flyer. So more than 50 years, maybe 52 years, which is more than my age actually.
54.
54, right? 54, Haribol! Haribol! I just can't imagine, 54 years. Wonderful. So he was initiated by Srila Prabhupada in the year 1972. One. Okay, sorry for my mistake. 1971, which was his early stages of Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON movement. He was in his youth at the time. During Srila Prabhupada's presence, his main services were at New York Temple, 55th Street, which at the time was a very big temple. He then served for more than a decade as temple president at ISKCON Tobacco, where he managed everything including cooking, arti, kirtan, etc., and managed it through several challenges. He used to organize annual Gita Nagari Kids Camp for many years, by which many kids got inspired to follow Krishna consciousness practices in their life. In recent years, he restarted Kids Camp again, which was a great success. Did anyone attend Kids Camp? Yeah, it was wonderful. I was there. So I would highly recommend this year, upcoming Kids Retreat, please join. You can get details from him or myself. Professionally, he is a psychologist. With his tight schedule for more than 2 decades, he managed to serve very diligently at ISKCON Philadelphia in various services, such as festival, Sunday feast cooking, as Rath Yatra chairman. Actually, Rath Yatra was halted for a while at ISKCON Philadelphia after 1975, right, Prabhu?
Well, it went from 1975 to about 1986 and then stopped.
Yes, 1986 it had stopped, and in 2006 he is the main person who restarted ISKCON Rath Yatra, Philadelphia's Rath Yatra at Benjamin Franklin Parkway goes all the way up to Arts Museum. So you all attend that, right? So he was the main person. He was Rath Yatra chairman at that time, and he was a Kirtan leader and eloquent preacher of Gaudiya Vaishnava philosophy. He also served as ISKCON Philly's board for several years and as a Sunday school teacher for a long time. So let's all again welcome him by chanting one time Haribol! Haribol! Thank you. So I'd like to hear from him. And actually one more Srila Prabhupada's disciple was supposed to join. So he might join us any moment. His name is Bashu Ghosh Prabhu and his wife. Okay, you all know Bashu Ghosh Prabhu, right? Who doesn't know? Okay. So Bashu Ghosh Prabhu, he was born in Chicago, America, and he was initiated by Srila Prabhupada. And he spent most of his years, like 38 of his 55 years in Gujarat. So now actually he became Indian citizen. He has his green card, so he comes back and forth here. So he's also a regional secretary for ISKCON Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh, and he's a temple president of ISKCON Baroda. Baroda, you know, right? Gujarat? Yeah. Yes. And so he speaks at various international school campuses, and he also a very eloquent speaker in Gujarati, Hindi. So if you get to meet him, you better talk in your language, Hindi or Gujarati. Okay.
Or Sanskrit also.
And Sanskrit also, of course. He's a very scholar in Sanskrit. So it was Indian culture and language that drew him to India when he was at the age of 16. Can you just imagine? 16, that is when he moved. So he's going to very soon join us. I don't know why he got delayed, but he was supposed to join, he and his wife. But anyways, so yes. So let's all hear some Vishnu Veda Prabhu, please.
Krishna, thank you for the nice introduction, the kind introduction. Haribol. So I know that's Urja's birthday today, but also, is it working? Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, it works. Thank you. But there's another birthday coming up, which is also important, in about a week and 4 days or so, week and 5 days, which is, you know what? Oh, and what do you call that day? Yeah, Gaur Purnima, right. And so I thought we'd speak a little bit about Lord Chaitanya. Panchakalpatarubhyascha kripasindhubhyev chaturitaram pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. It's good job, Kitty. I think still okay? Yeah. Hare Krishna. Yes, we're good. So usually when Srila Prabhupada spoke about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu from Chaitanya Charitamrita, he sang a particular song. Do you know the song? What the name of the song? No, it's Parama Karuna. Parama Karuna. You know, I don't know if you have, people sometimes have cell phones. Does anybody have a cell phone? You have a cell phone? You don't have a cell phone? What's wrong with you? That's what they say to me. Yeah, so anyway, you can find it, Paramakara on the kksongs.org. We'll just sing, I know, we'll just sing the first two lines, but it goes like this. I say, you say, okay? Paramakaruna means, you know what that means? The topmost mercy. Parama, what is the topmost? Pahudvijan. Pahu means Prabhu, you know, Prabhu, master, Prabhu. Dvijan, these two people. Parama Karuna Pahudvijan. I say, you say. Parama Karuna Pahudvijan. You say. Yeah. Who are those two people? Any guesses? Nitai Gaura Chandra. Gaura Chandra is another name for Lord Chaitanya. Chandra is, you know what Chandra is? What? Moon. Gaura Chandra means golden moon. Nitai is a short name for Nityananda. So the first Parama Karuna Pahudvijan Nitai Gaura Chandra. You say it. I say you say. Parama Karuna Pahudvijan Nitai Gaura Chandra. You say. Very good, very good. Then next line. Shab Avatar. That means of all the avatars. You know avatars? Those who come down, right? Who come down. Shab Avatar, of all avatars. Shar. Shar means the top, the cream. And Shiramani. Shir means the head, and Mani means the jewel. So it's the crown jewel. Not just, it is the cream and the crown jewel of all the avatars. And why is that? Kevala Ananda Kanda. Because he's delivering a process of spiritual development, spiritual realization that is fun, happy, blissful, joyfully performed. Kevala, completely, Ananda Kanda, joyfully done. Kevala Ananda Kanda, you say. Very good, very good. So you got these first lines, right? Parama Karuna Pahudvijan Nitai Gaura Chandra. Shab Avatar Shar Shiramani. Kevala Ananda Kanda. You got it. Good, good. I think we'll just do the first lines today. There's 3 more stanzas, but in the interest of time, we'll just do this first one, okay? You can they can give that to you for homework. To do the next, okay? You still do homework? Kids do homework. Do you do your homework? Do you do your homework really? Or you brush it off? Okay. So when Srila Prabhupada's saying that, he's saying it, not usually you have a 4/4 beat, but he's saying it in the 3/4 time. Something almost like the morning tune, but not quite. Parama Karuna Pahu Dvijana Nitai Gaurachandra. Parama Karuna Pahu Dvijana Nitai Gaurachandra. Nitai Gaurachandra. Shab Avatar Shar Shiramani Kevala Ananda Kanda. Avatar Shar Shiramani Kevala Ananda Kanda. Shar Shiramani Kevala Ananda Kanda. Parama Karuna Pahu Dvijana Nitai Gaurachandra. Shab Avatar Shar Shiramani Kevala Ananda Kanda. Shab Avatar Shiromani Kevala Ananda Kanda. I'm going to do the Prema Dvani. The Prema Dvani. Tell you a little bit about the Prema Dvani. You know, we did the first jais that we say are to Srila Prabhupada usually. Yeah. At one point in time, though, back in the 1980s, there were new gurus, different gurus. And so they would chant the names of the new gurus first before Srila Prabhupada. We don't do that anymore. But at that time, there was a GBC resolution passed because they worried that in the future, there's going to be all these different new gurus over time, and then maybe people will stop chanting Srila Prabhupada's name in the beginning of the Prema Dvani. So there was a GBC resolution passed that after Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda, you know what Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda means? What does that mean?
Everyone.
All the Ananta, unlimited Vaishnavas, yeah. After Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda, then you say, ISKCON founder Acharya Srila Prabhupada. Did you know that? Yeah. Of course, it gets all mixed, people usually put it here or there, but that was the original intent. And I don't know, perhaps that resolution was rescinded at some point, I don't know, but that was in the 1980s, that was there. So we first go, Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Paribrajak Acharya Ashtottara Rishi Srimad Divine Grace A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. And you could say, Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Paribrajak Acharya Ashtottara Rishi Srimad Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. And then Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai. And then what? What was that? What was that? You think it's not? Yeah. Anybody else? Any other guesses? Any others? Any other guesses? I was just telling you this. Ah, there you go. Somebody was listening. ISKCON founder Acharya after Anantakoti Vaishnavrinda. You follow? Do you understand the logic? The logic was that if you got all these new gurus, eventually Prabhupada's name would be missing. So then, they wanted to put it with just in front of Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Then Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shiva Shadi Gaur Bhakti Vrinda ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopal Gopinath Shyam Kund Radha Kund Giri Govardhan ki jai. Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Navadvip Mayapur Dham ki jai. Sometimes, if somebody's really advanced, instead of saying Navadvip Dham or Mayapur Dham, they chant all the islands in Navadvip. How many islands are there in Navadvip? Right, very good, very good. 9 islands. Godrumdvip, Madhyadvip, Koldadvip, all those 9 islands. And then the final island, Antadvip, right? That's where Mayapur is, yeah. And Ganga Mai ki jai, Jamuna Mai ki jai, Tulsi Devi ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai. And there's this one. What's the next one after that? What's the next one? You know this? Come on. You've been around. Some of you have been around for years, right? And you hear this all the time. What is it? Is it the Samaveda? We got the Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, and the Samaveda, right?
Samaveda.
Yeah. What is the first verse of the Bhagavad Gita? How does it go? Dharma Kshetre Kurukshetre. Then what is that? What was that? Samaveta. Oh, okay. Same Samaveta here. Samaveta Bhakta Vrinda here. Sometimes, we Americans, we have a tough time with A's in Sanskrit, and we used to like to make the short A's long and vice versa, like all that time. So we like to say the Samaveda. And in fact, in the first songbook, there was a little thing that does this. Why the Samaveda? Why are we glorifying the Samaveda? Because, it has many hymns to glorifying the Supreme Lord Krishna and other demigods. No, but that was a mistake. Samaveta, Bhakti, all glories, and then we say it in English, all glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glory to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga Hari Bol. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Shami Iti Namane. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pucharini Nirbishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Dishitana. Is it Saraswati or Saraswate? What is it? I thought it was Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati. Are you sure? Yes. How many say Saraswati? Raise your hand. Only one? Okay. How about everybody say Saraswati? The Saraswatis cover it. They got it. Unto. It's the vocative. Saraswati, yeah. So, there's a word called Bhava Grahi Janardana. Bhava Grahi Janardana? Bhava Grahi Janardana means Krishna accepts your intention, your love, Of course, after you've been around a while, say for years and years and years, it's about time to say things correctly, right? I tell the story about this little girl in the summer camp whose name was Pari. She was 9 years old. Pari. So Pari, I would call her sometimes Pari, right? Gay Pari. Have you ever been to Pari? Anybody? No? Okay. So Pari, I call her Pari. You know what she's doing? No, it's not Pari, it's Pari. It's Pari, come on. 9-year-old little girl. So, yeah. Is it Nityananda or Nityananda? Which is it? Nityananda. You sure about that? Yes. Okay, all right. Like that. So Krishna will accept your intention, but also after a while, it's a good thing. Srila Prabhupada wrote a letter to a devotee named Akshobhya in the Gurukul. He was in Dallas Gurukul about 1973. I know him very well. And he had started this game called Krishna Bowl. And Prabhupada heard about it, and he wrote a kind of a scathing letter to Akshobhya saying, you know, why are you making this stuff up? At least, first of all, we should learn, teach the kids how to pronounce Sanskrit. Even my disciples, they should learn how to pronounce Sanskrit. He was saying that. And then maybe later you can do this Krishna Ball. But anyway, we're in Vasu Ghosh Prabhu was a Sanskrit scholar, by the way. Yes.
There's a difference between scholar and
Okay.
conversationalist.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification.
Enthusiast.
Okay.
Enthusiast.
Yeah.
Scholars are people who study all day. I don't do that.
Okay. I stand corrected then. Thank you. Thanks for the correction.
You're not the only one.
Okay.
This-
So this is just to lead in to we were going to talk today about Lord Chaitanya because this is Lord Chaitanya's season. Usually, I don't know if you know this, but when the devotees do parikrama of Mayapur, they go to each of those 9 islands, and those 9 islands, each one of them is representing a particular form or of devotional service. There are 9 kinds of devotional service, and beginning with Shravanam, hearing, and then along with Shravanam goes Kirtanam. Yeah, good. Shravanam, Kirtanam. Important things to know. This is something I like to emphasize with, especially with young people and others, is that Shravanam, Kirtanam go together. And I say that the first rule of Kirtan, guess what that might be? What's that? Yeah, the first rule of Kirtan is to chant. Is that controversial? No, you agree. Yeah. But we see oftentimes in ISKCON nowadays that people become very much involved in playing the drum or the harmonium or the kartals. I saw many today, in fact, today, while we were doing Kirtan, and they became very involved in playing the kartals, but weren't chanting. And I was taught by a devotee named Madhusudana. Do you know Madhusudana, Prabhu? He passed away last year. Madhusudana. He taught me how to play the drum. But he told me, this is, Lord Chaitanya wants to promote Sankirtan, and if the first rule of Sankirtan is to chant, you play, some people like to play the drum, play the kartals, play instruments. But he told me that Prabhupada taught him that if you're going to play the drum, you got to chant. Otherwise, don't play, he said. So, I know Lord Chaitanya said, there's no hard and fast rules, but if you do make any kind of rules, there are rules, but they're not hard and fast. Just like Srila Prabhupada, when he would do classes in the evening in early days, he would usually start by chanting the Mangalacharan. You know what the Mangalacharan is? What is the Mangalacharan? Prayers to the disciplic succession, usually Om Agyana, Bandeham, etc. Yeah. And the devotees would listen. They would just listen to him chanting. And then when he got to Sri Krishna Chaitanya and Hare Krishna, then there would be call and response. So, well, you could all call it kirtan. So that would be a little exception. But generally speaking, if you're going to have a kirtan, you want to chant, right? And nowadays it's become very popular all over the world. All over the world, it's become very popular that people sing very complex tunes that nobody can follow. And you know what the result is? Nobody chants. The first rule is what? Chant. And now, this didn't happen I mean, it happened, but not like this in Prabhupada's time. Lord Chaitanya, to use them, what we didn't do the line in this song, but the second stanza says, Mukhe bolo Hari Hari. Mukhe, with your mouth, bolo, chant, Hari Hari. Mukhe. So that's what Lord Chaitanya is saying. Mukhe bolo Hari Hari. But now we become a little bit sophisticated, so we don't chant Mukhe bolo, we don't chant. So that's the danger. I went to Benares. Have you been to Kashi before? Anybody been to Kashi? People go there, yeah, of course. And people go there to see the Manikarnika Ghat. What is there in the Manikarnika Ghat? Smashans, yeah. Anyway,
They
so,
go there to die
yes,
because it's in the Matsya Purana. It's there's the glories of Avimukta Kshetra. If you die in Benares, you get liberation, maybe personal liberation. There's a saying in Gujarati, right? Surat no Jaman, Kashi no Maran. I don't know how many.
Kashi no Maran,
Gujaratis
yeah.
are here. You heard that?
yes.
Eat in Surat and die in Benares.
Yes, you have to, if you want to eat, you go to Surat. Yeah, very nice, yes.
Was famous.
Yes. So anyway, I was passing through Benares, I stopped there, and I heard that there was going to be a Lord Chaitanya, in memory of Lord Chaitanya, because it was right around the time of Gaur Purnima. I heard that there was going to be a chant, some kirtan the next morning, early in the morning, in memory of Lord Chaitanya. So I thought, wow, that is really neat, cool. Neat is from like the 50s. So I got up and went early in the morning down by the Ganges, and they had a big, huge group of people, and each one had an instrument. And they all played their instruments very enthusiastically, and banging drums, saxophone, violin, flutes, kartals, loud noise, but nobody chanted. There was no chanting. And I thought, what happened? No, Lord Chaitanya chanted. He chanted when he went all the way through South India. He was chanting Hare Krishna mantra. Sometimes Krishna, 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 Hare. But now, 500 years later, people got overwhelmed and just got into playing the instruments but forgot to chant. So, will that happen in ISKCON? Is it already happening in ISKCON? Maybe, yeah. So we got this is really simple stuff, right? But I'm encouraging that we take a look at some of this information, some of this stuff. So I was going to read one verse from the Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's from the Antya Lila, and I wanted to get some audience participation, especially from my dear godbrother, Vasudhus Prabhu. If he would like to comment on this too, I would appreciate very much. It's a verse when Lord Chaitanya is discussing with Raghunath Das Goswami, one of the 6 Goswamis. And he says, I can't read this with the light. Renunciation, I would read the Bengali, but I can't read it because of the light. Renunciation is the basic principle sustaining the lives of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees. What was that? What did I say? It was the basic principle sustaining the lives of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees. Seeing this renunciation, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is extremely satisfied. Prita Gaur Bhagwan. Yeah. So how did Lord Chaitanya get really satisfied? How was he really satisfied?
By chanting.
Yeah, by seeing this renunciation. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Purport. Anyone, whether an ordinary materialistic person or a pure devotee, can understand the behavior of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees if he studies it minutely. How's that? Good question. So to study the behavior of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees, he studies it minutely. Yeah. One will thus find that the devotees of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are not at all attached to any kind of material enjoyment. They have completely given up sense enjoyment to engage fully in the service of Lord Sri Krishna and dedicate their lives and souls to serving Krishna without material desires. Because their devotional service is free from material desires, it is unimpeded by material circumstances. Although ordinary men have great difficulty understanding this attitude of the devotees, it is greatly appreciated by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Shayam Rupa Gadamakyam Dadati Shapandatikam Namo Mahabhada Vadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gotrushe Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaur Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So usually when I talk, I like to ask permission from the devotees present, particularly those who are maybe more advanced in age or in Krishna consciousness, because that's a principle. So, permissions asked. Usually, when talking about Krishna consciousness, we like to hear about the happiness of Krishna consciousness, like we said, Parama Karuna, Kevala Ananda Kanda, it's only happy, right? But we don't usually like to talk too much about the renunciation part, isn't it? That's the tougher part. Of course, we know in the Bhagavad Gita, oh, Hare Krishna, Lord Krishna describes happiness in the different modes of nature. Happiness in the mode of passion, in the beginning is like nectar, but in the end is like poison. Right? But happiness in the mode of goodness maybe, doesn't say will be, but maybe in the beginning like poison, but in the end is like nectar and awakens one to self-realization. So, the aspect of renunciation, we were going to talk a little bit about today, because it's very satisfying, according to this verse, it's very satisfying to Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And I was reading in the memories, there's memories books where devotees of Srila Prabhupada were usually they were his disciples. They recall their interactions with Srila Prabhupada, and it's really chock full of interesting and important realizations and information. Anyway, yes?
They were videos.
Yes.
And then were transcribed.
Yes.
The audio was transcribed.
So you can see the videos also?
Right.
Yes.
It's on YouTube.
Yes.
Anybody can see.
No charge.
No charge.
That's right. So, why do I mention this? Why do I mention this? Because didn't we just read in the purport something interesting about this? Anybody catch that? Anybody catch this? Relevant to this point I'm making now? Anybody catch it?
That they study.
Yeah.
The devotees manually.
Very good, very good. You can minutely study the behavior of the pure devotees, the Lord Chaitanya's devotees, and that way you can understand how to be advanced in spiritual life. Yeah. Actually, Srila Prabhupada wrote a letter to Madhavananda. This is my godbrother, Madhavananda, who was the temple president in Detroit for a while. Then he came to India, Calcutta. You know Madhavananda? Yeah. But anyway, so apparently Madhavananda wrote him Srila Prabhupada a letter. It said, I don't know how to serve Krishna. So Srila Prabhupada wrote him a letter back, which you can read in the Veda base. He says, this is a very good attitude. that you don't know how to serve Krishna. Therefore, you have to learn from the spiritual master how to serve Krishna. This is very good. We don't know how to serve Krishna. We'll come up with many different things that we might manufacture in our minds about how to satisfy Krishna. But this pure devotee, the spiritual master, knows how to satisfy. And if we follow his example and teachings, then we can know. Simple, very simple. But somehow we get deviated and we do things on our own. We make up things. We make up things. Don't do we? We do. We make up all kinds of stuff. We add it. In the kirtans and everything. Yeah. So anyway, Madhavananda got that instruction from Srila Prabhupada. It's very good. You think you don't know how to serve Krishna? Very good. And then learn from the spiritual master. When the deities were installed in Dallas, Kalachanji, the devotees there removed the paint from the eyes of the deities. And the devotee who did that, Prabhupada said, "Why did you do this?" He said, well, this other devotee, Bhardraj, told me to do it. He says, "I'm your spiritual master. Ask me. I'm right here. You can ask me if it's a great thing to do." That's our so studying the life of Srila Prabhupada and the details of what he did shows us how we can please Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So one of those aspects we're talking about is renunciation. And my god sister Rukmini Devi, when she was just a new devotee, she asked Srila Prabhupada, if Lord Chaitanya is Bhagavan, and Bhagavan has 6 opulences like Krishna. Krishna has full in all 6 opulences. Aishvaryasya, Samadrasya, Viryasya. You know these things. You know the 6 opulences that qualify somebody as God? Yeah. So, does Lord Chaitanya exhibit those 6 opulences? Does Lord Chaitanya exhibit them? What do you think?
He was acting as a devotee, so he was not showing exactly the same things. He was showing that.
So good. It's a good thought. Was Lord Chaitanya showing the 6 opulences? So what happened was, she tells it in her. The Srila Prabhupada said, "I'll answer you later." And then he called an Ishtagosti. An Ishtagosti is when everybody comes together and, no, it's not a belly aching session, but they talk. Ishtagosti means you talk about the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So then Srila Prabhupada then, yeah, we're having a fight over here. Srila Prabhupada then described how Lord Chaitanya exhibited the 6 opulences. Ajanu lambita bujo kanukaba tato sankirtanai kapitaro kamalaya taksho. This is the first verse of the Chaitanya Bhagavat. This is for Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda both. Ajanu lambita bujo, his arms go down below his knees, which is a special symptom of a very elevated person. Kanukaba tato. And his form is golden form. You like a color of gold? Golden form? Yeah, it's a beautiful form. Yeah, what's your favorite color? So Lord Chaitanya's, another name for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was Gaur Sundara. Sundara means beautiful. Gaur Sundara. And when he went to Puri, he met Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, who was the head pundit there, great teacher. He had thousands of students, and Sarvabhauma, he was an older gentleman at the time, and he sees the form of Lord Chaitanya. He said, "My God, he is so attractive. How's he going to maintain his renunciation, his sannyas? So I better teach him Vedanta." That's what he said. So the devotees of Lord Chaitanya were unhappy because he doesn't need to be taught Vedanta for me. He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But you know what Lord Chaitanya said? He said, "Oh, this is very nice. He's like a father. He's trying to be a father and protect me. That's very good." So he accepted. Anyway, Gaura Sundar. Even Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya was shocked at the beauty of Lord Chaitanya. Gaura Sundar. Then, what are some other opulences? Knowledge. Right? He defeated Keshav Kashmir as just a young boy. Keshav Kashmiri. Yeah, like this. Digvijay Pandit. Like that. So he went through the different 6 opulences. But then he said, the most prominent opulence of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is renunciation. Vairagya Vidya Nija Bhakti Yoga. Renunciation. So Lord Chaitanya, why did he take sannyas? Why did he adopt a renunciate position? Lord Krishna didn't take sannyas, but Lord Chaitanya took sannyas. He had a beautiful wife, young wife, Vishnupriya, and a very devoted mother. He had all these, he was very famous because at a gesture, he could call 100,000 people to participate in the Harinam Sankirtan on his way to the Chandkazi's house. Very famous, But he gave it all up. Why?
Because some people were blaspheming him.
Yes.
And so if he was a sannyasi, they would have to bow down to him.
Yes. He wanted to maximize his ability to deliver people to the chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. So he wanted to deliver us. For us, he did that. Now, does that mean that all of you have to do that? Take sannyas? No. Lord Chaitanya was traveling in South India, and he stopped at one of the first early places that he stopped was at a place called Kurmastan. You can visit there, it's still there, Kurmastan. We just visited there just a couple weeks ago. And there's a Brahmin there, and Lord Chaitanya, they welcomed him at their home. And when Lord Chaitanya was about to leave, the Kurma Brahmin said, I'm just stuck in this material life. Please let me come with you. Please. And you know what Lord Chaitanya said? That's right. He said, very good. He said, no, don't talk like, he said, don't talk like that again. Don't talk like that. He said, Stane stita shrutigatam tanuvagmanobi. He said, you stay in your position and you regularly hear and chant about the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And that will be sufficient for you. Yeah. So even though Lord Chaitanya took the very renounced position, he didn't recommend it for everybody. But the renunciation he advocated was the regular hearing and chanting of the glories of the Lord. Just as you are doing today. Today, you're doing it. This is Saturday night. What are people doing on Saturday night? Usually. They go for entertainment, right? They might go to the movie show or the play, or they may go dancing, or they may go to the bar, or they may go to a restaurant, right? But you have come here just to hear about Krishna Katha. This is renunciation. This renunciation, Lord Chaitanya will be very pleased upon you. Really, 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 really. It's wonderful. It's wonderful. When Lord Chaitanya was asked by the devotees of Kulina Gram, was it Kulina? Yeah. What makes a Vaishnava? What is a Vaishnava? How can I understand what is a Vaishnava? He said he answered the same question 3 different ways. But the first time he said, just someone who chants the holy name, they are worshipable. Wow. That means you are worshipable. But it doesn't stop there. We'll go further. That's the first beginning part of spiritual life, hearing. But there's more types of austerity that you regularly perform that you should get credit for. I'm going to throw it out there to you. What are some austerities that Vaishnavas regularly do that might be pleasing to Lord Chaitanya, as mentioned in this verse? Or could be pleasing, yeah. Renunciation, huh? Very good, yeah. And what do you do in Ekadashi?
Fast from days and weeks.
Yeah, at least fast from grains and beans. Twice a month. And they send out a nice thing from the temple saying, the Kaddish is coming. Yeah. Even kids, yeah. And it's not, so the idea isn't just to fast, you know that. I mean, fasting is good, but what happens when you fast is, especially the ladies, but sometimes the gents also, they have to do a lot of cooking, right, during the day. Sometimes the ladies get tired of cooking, right? Does that happen? So, they hire a cook or something. But anyway, they, but if you don't have to, if you're fasting, and especially, I mean, there's different levels of fast. One level of fast is complete fast, another is just water, another level is just fruit or milk, like that. Yeah. So fasting, but if you don't have to eat much, then you don't have to work much in the kitchen. So you have extra time, and what is that extra time you could use that extra time for? Yeah, really? Not to watch the football game or something? No? Yeah. Yes, yeah. When I joined ISKCON, 1971, I made it, I joined right after Gaur Purnima that year, on March 15th, 1971. And then the next year, though, I had celebrated Gaur Purnima, which we'll be celebrating in about 11 days. So, then they had this huge, enormous feast with cakes and gulab-jamans and pushpanna rice and all. And it was every year. So, we would fast until moonrise, fast completely until moonrise, and then there would be this gigantic feast. So then the first time I went to Mayapur in 1975, we had big Harinam Sankirtan all day, lots of activity. So then moonrise came, and then everybody sat down for the breakfast after the moonrise. And, I was sitting there, famished. I was this young guy. Your digestion is really strong when you're young, not so much you're old. And they just put a couple of pieces of fried potato in my plate, that's it. I said, wait a minute, what's going on here? What's going on? And they said, well, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to have an Ekadashi. We weren't having an Ekadashi feast in New York. They were having, this fabulous big multi-grain feast. So then many years later, at that time, Srila Prabhupada's letters weren't available to us at that time. So I looked later, because I was in charge of the kitchen, and that's what Srila Prabhupada had instructed us to do from the very beginning. But guess what? We fudged. We didn't like that austerity. We didn't like it, and we messed it up. We didn't do it. Does that happen? Do we get off track sometimes? Yeah. That's what Srila Prabhupada is saying here. Study the lives of the great devotees, particularly Srila Prabhupada. Mahajano Gijena Gatasa Panta. You can't understand religion without understanding how they did things. So, and the point is not just to reduce your eating on Gaur Purnima. What is the point of reducing your eating? To give you more time to hear about Lord Chaitanya, to chant Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada wrote in one of those original letters to a devotee in Montreal named Janardhan. He was the temple president in Montreal. He said, here's what you do on Gaur Purnima. You read about Lord Chaitanya. At that time, there was not even a teachings of Lord Chaitanya book, but you read about Lord Chaitanya, and you can chant Hare Krishna and Sri Krishna Chaitanya. He said you can also chant this other prayer, he said, that Lord Nityananda used to chant. You know this one? Bhaja Gauranga, Kaho Gauranga, Laho Gauranga Nam Re, Je Jan Gauranga Bhaje, She Hoy Amar Pran Re. He said you can chant that prayer, but mostly chanting Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Fast until moonrise, then go out and look at the moon, and then take a prasadam, simple prasadam like Ekadashi, and that's how you do it. So we got off. So we have to be careful because we can get off in many, many ways in ISKCON. But the way to stay on top of things, not to get deviated, is to really study and look at the lives of the Srila Prabhupada and how he did things. That'll be our saving grace if we can do that. So there are other austerities, that other renunciations you do. What are some other renunciations that you do? Important ones. Yes. Before the sunrise, yes. Ideally, at least an hour and a half before sunrise, yes. What other? Come on, there's some really... Chanting, yeah. Because you got a lot of stuff to do. Don't you have a lot of stuff to do? Everybody's busy. You say, I'm going to renounce that other stuff. You know, Haridas Thakur was there in the forest, and this beautiful prostitute came and said, come on, I want to enjoy with you. He said, yeah, I'll be there in a minute. I have to finish my rounds first. So that's how we have to be with our... And we got a lot of stuff to do. But not now. I got to finish my rounds first. Yeah. That's renunciation. That's renunciation. Practicing that. Yeah. Okay, what other renunciations are you going to do to please Lord Chaitanya? Encouraging other people to chant as you chanting. That's what Lord Chaitanya also did. He especially appreciated that. Yes. Yes, very good. What are some other things? Renunciation. Only eat, take Krishna Prasadam. Yeah. In fact, there's a whole thing about eating, right? No eating of meat, fish, or eggs, right? That's austerity. That's renunciation. Because in this world, everybody wants to eat something. You know, there's all... I mean, people go to, the kids will go to college, and in college, everybody's eating all these different stuff. And they're thinking, why are you eating that stuff? What is that? It's weird looking stuff. Isn't that what they say? What is that stuff? They say that. And you say, no. So that's austerity. Just to take Krishna, not eating any meat, fish, or eggs. And then there's another one, no intoxication. You know this one? Especially in, and even now we go to different people's, some of you go to a wedding, and what do they have at the wedding? What do they have at the wedding? They have the drinks. They have drinks. Even in the devotees' weddings. What's that?
Tea.
Yeah, all kinds of stuff. This is renunciation. Lord Chaitanya is pleased by this renunciation. And here we are in this environment of trying to enjoy the senses, and you can get carried away. Krishna says there in Bhagavad Gita, Dhyato Vishayam Pumsam Sangas Te Shupajayate. You'll develop your habits, your interests, your desires, your wishes by who you associate with. Sangas Te Shupajayate. So Lord Chaitanya advised us what kind of renunciation? Asat Sangha Tyaga E Vaishnavachar. Yeah, Asat Sangha Tyaga E Vaishnavachar. The Vaishnava's business is those people who are materialistic or you don't mix thickly with them. Stay away. Asat Sangha Tyaga E Vaishnavachar. And gambling, illicit sex, these are things that devotees renounce. There's what other things you renounce? Huh? What? Oh, to tolerate. Yes, very good. You know, in Sikshastika, Lord Chaitanya says, glory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan. And then he says, number 2 is, these holy names, they have all of the potency, but unfortunately have no attraction for them. And then the next one, he says, we can actually get attraction or chant the holy names constantly if we learn to be tolerant. Yeah, that's a tough one. And then he gives a specific example. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. Let's renounce these 3 things. Everybody, we're all in this world, we're all after dhanam. What is dhanam? Yeah, come on. What's your bank balance? Dunham. We want Dunham. And we're planning not only our Dunham, but our kids' Dunhams, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah. But, you gotta have some money. I'm not saying you can't have money, but not that that's your preoccupation. Your preoccupation is how you're gonna get your bank balance. Na Dunham, na Janam. Janam means your followers. Followers can also mean, you gotta fit in with people. Do things like they do so you can fit in. That's Janam. Na Janam, na Sundarim. Have a good partner. Yeah. Lord Chaitanya says, I don't want these things. This is renunciation. And we can follow these aspects of renunciation in order to please Lord Chaitanya. Hare Krishna. I think I've talked a long time. I've talked a long time already and I haven't really said too much. But, should we, I was supposed to go till 7:30, I think, right? Okay, I went over my time. I got carried away. Because this is fun stuff, really. Kevala Ananda Kanda. Hearing and chanting about Lord Chaitanya and Srila Prabhupada. When Srila Prabhupada traveled in 1975, he was in Bombay, then he traveled to Mexico City. And in Mexico City, he saw the deities of Gaur Nitai there. Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda. And there were all these devotees, hundreds of devotees were chanting. And then he went to Caracas, Venezuela. And there, who we saw in Caracas, Venezuela? Gaur Nitai, Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda, deities. And then he came to Miami. And he saw Lord Chaitanya and Lord Chaitanya. Then he came to Atlanta. And you know who he saw in Atlanta? That's right. And he became overwhelmed because he was so appreciative that Lord Chaitanya was spreading the Krishna consciousness movement all over the world and allowing him to participate. He was seeing because Lord Chaitanya said, Pritiviti achar nagaradigram sarvata prachar hoibe norma. In every town and village, his name will be sung. And so sometimes people said, well, if Lord Chaitanya wanted to have his glory spread in all over the other continents, he would have done it himself, right? He could have done it. He was the Supreme Personality. He would have done it himself, right? Correct?
But he wanted his devotees.
Yes, he wanted to allow the devotees to get the credit. That devotee is Srila Prabhupada. Yeah. So Lord Chaitanya, Srila Prabhupada. And then he came to Mayapur. And then he saw Lord Chaitanya there in Mayapur. And he was in ecstasy, seeing all the 500,000 devotees coming from all over the world, as predicted by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, chanting the holy names ecstatically, saying Jai Sachinandan, Jai Sachinandan. So this is Lord Chaitanya's mercy, this is Srila Prabhupada's mercy, and the mercy of the devotees that we're able to do this. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Anyone has any question, please? We have 5 to 10 minutes available.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, this is Vatsala Mataji.
Thank you very much for your wonderful class. I have a question about renunciation.
Yes.
For the family or friends, even with the devotees, even if we are getting attached to that, isn't that also negative to some way? Because when we are leaving our body, if we are detached, then only we can go back to Godhead. But if we are still attached, doesn't that make us come back again, even if it is with devotees?
Good question. I would like my god brother, if he would like, to answer that question, just because he's here and he's a very learned person. And I respect you, definitely. Yeah. And I give you a chance to speak some.
You are senior, so I respect that. You have to go on in the family life, but think of Krishna. The Kunti Devi in Bhagavatam, she prayed to Krishna to put us into difficulty, because when we're in difficulty, we think of you, right? Vipada, santu. Vipatti, vipada means difficulty, some unfortunate situation. Santu means may it be. So may we suffer. Kunti Devi was praying like that because when we suffer, then we remember you and you come to us. Of course, the Pandavas were great devotees. Kunti were topmost devotee, so Krishna himself came there personally. So in the Grihastha ashram, you have to, Vedic Sanatana Dharma is such a thing that mostly everyone is a Grihastha. Sannyasis who are, you can count them, they're not many. It's very rare. It was interesting that you were reading about Raghunath Das Goswami, but you didn't mention how he was a great renunciate. It's not a fault, but I'm not fault finding here, just because you spoke very nicely. And Raghunath Das Goswami was from a very rich family. He was a householder, but he left his family and became a total renunciate. Same with the other Goswamis. But that is exceptional cases. Most of the people remain householders. And so, in the householder life, as that Kurma Kshetra, we call it Kurma, what did you say?
Kurmastan.
Kurmastan. It's also called Kurma Kshetra, like Kurukshetra. So that place, Stan is a place, Kshetra is a place, so they're synonyms. So that was an appropriate example you gave. You stay wherever you are, but you worship Krishna. You think of his glories. So how do you do that? By reading Bhagavatam, because Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuranam is Krishna Lila. Krishna Lila is the story of Krishna. So that's how you have to meditate on Bhagavatam. Then other Puranas can be read, Ramayana, Mahabharata. So by studying all these Vedic literatures, you will meditate on Krishna and his pastimes. There are many forms. The Vishnu Purana is another Purana. It's all about Krishna, etc., etc. So yeah, there's no end of meditating on Krishna. So renunciation means to meditate on Krishna. I think the other Shad Goswami Ashtakam talks about renunciation. The prayers to these 6 Goswamis, right? Tyaktva Turnam Ashesha Mandala Pati Shrenim Sada Tuchavat. Tyaktva, I know that I'm just Bhutvadina is actually, they became poor. Why is that? Today everybody wants to be rich and powerful. Who are the icons of Western society? The billionaire, not billionaires, but hundreds of billions. But Sanatan Goswami was a chief minister. Rupa Goswami was a finance minister. They were very rich and powerful, but they gave it up. Tyaktva Turnam. Tyaktva means having given up. What were they? The Mandalapati, they were the head of society. Shrenim Sada Tucha means very insignificant. Tuchavat, like insignificant. They lived as mendicants in Vrindavan. So that type of renunciation is a very high standard. Very difficult to live like that. Inspiring for us, but to actually do it. First of all, it's against the Vedic culture for the ladies to do it. And even for the men, they go to Radha Kund. When Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur went to Radha Kund, you know the story. He lectured on Upanishads. Why? Why didn't he talk about Rasa Tattva, Ras Leela? Because so many so-called renunciates were engaging in
materialistic activities. They were making a show of renunciation, cheating. So this is Kali Yuga, and Kali Yuga means cheating. So it's very difficult to live like the six Goswamis. Raghunath Das Goswami's father was like a king. He had thousands of acres of land. And if you know the history of India, there was a class of landless labor. Now they came to the cities and they work in factories. But for thousands of years, they didn't own land. They were servants, slaves. Basically, they were slaves. If here, you know, it's a big issue of slavery, was a big issue that Abraham Lincoln abolished slavery and all that. But in part of Vedic culture, there was slavery. There's words, dasa. Dasa means a servant, sevak, das. All these words are there in Sanskritam to describe a servant class. It's mentioned in Bhagavatam also. So his father had many servants, and he had a lot of wealth and a lot of properties. He was like a king. They were called zemindar. You heard this word. Many Indians have heard it. Now the younger generation, they wouldn't have. Actually, it's Urdu. It's not a Sanskrit word. Zemin is Arabic or Persian. Means earth. Bhumi. One who owns, you know, Bhuswami is Sanskrit. One who owns a piece of land. A farmer. But there were many landless laborers who worked on the farms. Anyway, Raghunath Das left everything. He was also a householder, but he gave it up, and he was eating the rice that was thrown to the cows in Puri. This is the renunciation. So it's very difficult to live like that. High ideal. It's a very high ideal. But Prabhupada taught those ideals. Chaitanya Charitamrita teaches those ideals. I don't want to talk too long. We ran out of time.
Just want to make one comment.
You got the mic.
Oh,
You're wearing a mic. We're getting old.
There's a politician by the name of Deshbandhu. You know Deshbandhu? Chittaranjan, yeah, Chittaranjan Das, you remember. So he was a barrister lawyer, and he was making huge amounts of money. Yeah, and he was a supporter of Gandhi's movement. And Gandhi said, well, you should join my movement. And he said, I'll continue making my money, and I'll give you all my money, but don't make me join your movement. Gandhi said, I don't want your money, I want you. You know this? So then he eventually gave up his practice, his multi-million-dollar practice, and joined Gandhi, and tried to live austerely, but he couldn't. In a year he died, because you can't artificially renounce.
But even Gandhi, the whole story of Gandhi was like that.
Yeah, but let me finish mine, okay? Thank you. But the point being that you can't artificially renounce, but on the strength of your devotional service, chanting, Cheto Darpana Mantanam, that the strength of your chanting, the strength of your devotional service, the consciousness will be cleansed, so your interaction with family members and everybody will be transcendental as opposed to material. Sorry, go ahead. Sorry.
Just what you, this one isn't working.
Yeah. No, when you mentioned that Deshbandhu means friend of the nation,
yes,
that was a title given to that advocate in Calcutta. But Gandhi himself, if you watch the movie, because you heard of the Gandhi movie, right? You didn't see it?
Yeah, sure.
So in that movie, he came back from 20 years in South Africa. And he was asked by the Indian National Congress was formed to make an Indian nation freed from the British rule. So he was asked by one of the leaders of that, Gokul Krishna Gokhale, right? Gopal Krishna Gokhale. He's in the movie, the actors asked, he said, well, what are you going to do now that you've come back? He said, I'll start he was a lawyer. I'll start my legal practice. So he said, look, there are plenty of rich people. You don't have to earn money. There are plenty of rich people. They don't know what to do with their money. But dedicate your life for, the freedom movement. That was. Prabhupada said he was a follower of that, Gandhi's movement. But when he met Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati, then he was convinced that bhakti was more important than political freedom.
Yes. Thank you.
So there are some online devotees. Let me ask if they have any questions online.
Prabhu, this is Vatsala. Thank you very much. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru. Thank you, Prabhu, for bringing out Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's glory. And I am very much interested in listening to him. So, thank you. Very nice lecture.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Anyone else online?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, Dandot Pranam. This is Brajesh Govinda Das.
Brajesh Govinda.
Sorry, Prabhu, I missed your association. I'm not feeling well today. That's why I did not came. Sorry, Prabhu. I really miss all of the devotees association. Just please bless me, and I'll see you later. Might be somewhere else.
You can't hear that.
Thank you, Prabhu. Dandot Pranam. Hare Krishna. Very nice lecture.
Yes. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, Murali Prabhu.
Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, the concluding verse is what? Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam braja aham tam sarva papebhyo mokshishyami ma sucha. So that's renunciation, the conclusion of renunciation, right? That's the last chapter. And then Srila Prabhupada said then, and Lord Chaitanya gave the same instruction, but a little different. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Same instruction, but a little different. So that's our renunciation. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. It's a wonderful lecture. We could hear more part of behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Thank you again. Big round of applause, please. And also, when I gave introduction about Bashiko Prabhu Mataji, they were not here. But again, thank you for honoring the request and coming over here, Prabhu. So let's all chant 3 times Haribol loudly. Haribol! Thank you. And you'll get some time over there to talk more about with him if you want to.
Yes.
So now, today you all know that it's very special, right? What is special today? Urja's birthday. So many of you have come from very far. Thank you very much for that. Before we celebrate Urja's birthday, we'll have our regular kids. No, we don't have kids. Okay, sorry. We don't have kids recitation. So meanwhile, somebody can. Saujanya Mataji, Srila Prabhupada School. Okay, so now it's time for cutting the cake. Where is the birthday girl? Birthday princess? Haribol, Urja Mataji.
Haribol.
Haribol. So she is going to give a talk now.
Okay, all right. Here's the thing.
Yeah, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
Get in here. Shampoo.
Put it here, I'll move. Oh, Hare Krishna.
Bro, what? I'm going to report that.
Okay, come this way.
It's going to be very good.
First you have to say thank you. What is the thank you?
Thank you, everybody.
Why you have to? Here.
Thank you everyone for wishing me happy birthday. Cake. Cake. Big big tea.
Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna dear Urja. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Rama to you. Hare Rama to you. Hare Rama dear Urja. Hare Rama to you. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishvanebhyo namo namaha. Haribol!
Happy birthday, dear Urja. We love you. Bye.
I'm really, really grateful to all of you for coming here today and blessing her on her birthday. It means so much to her. We had no plans of celebrating her birthday, but she wanted to celebrate with all of you, and I'm so grateful that you all have come today to make her day and her whole year so special. It means so much to her. And especially I'm so grateful to Mukta Sangha Prabhu and Kirtida for literally, if I had my own parents or my own family here, they would have done what they have done. So I'm so grateful to all of you and especially to them. Thank you.
Haribol. Thank
I'm
you.
so grateful that we have Prabhupada disciples here today. It's such a, it just means so much to me. When Mukta Sangha Prabhu told me, I was so happy that we have Prabhupada disciples here today. It's like having Prabhupada in an indirect way. Thank you so much for coming, Prabhus and Mataji.
Haribol!
Haribol. Thank you.
Brinda. So we'll quickly go over Srila Prabhupada's quote for the entire week. So
Prabhupada quotes for the week, February 2nd. Cleopatra. You have heard the Grecian history. She was very beautiful and she conquered many great warriors. Beauty sometimes can conquer even the greatest men, but that does not mean beauty can conquer God. To conquer God is bhakti. If you're advanced in devotional service, then you can conquer God, just like the gopis. February 3rd. You said that your job is Maya, but you must know that Maya is illusion. As soon as there is absence of Krishna consciousness, that is Maya. But you are working just to help and push Krishna's interests. Therefore, it is not Maya. Anything used in Krishna consciousness is real renouncement. February 4th. The more you cleanse the temple, the more you decorate the deity, the more your heart becomes cleansed and you become spiritually decorated. Cleanliness is next to godliness. Material world means dirty things and spiritual world means clean. February 6th. The flies, they are finding out where is sore, and the bees, they are finding out where there is honey. Two classes, fault finding and collecting the good things. Similarly, there are many rascals who are simply fault finding. Blasphemy means you have good qualities, but still I am defaming you. The saintly person tends to overlook the bad qualities and see the good ones. February 8th. One who seeks pleasure externally, he is materialistic, and one who seeks pleasure internally, he is spiritualist. March 1st. The sufferings are there, here in India or hell or heaven. Anywhere within this material world, there is suffering. But people are so foolish that simply having a nice motor car or a skyscraper building, he thinks my all problems are solved. He doesn't know that life is only a flash. I am eternal.
Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. So we read this quote every Saturday. We read them for the entire week. Srila Prabhupada's quote for the day. Thank you very much. Now it's prasadam time. Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmane Vaishnave Svalpa Punyavatam Rajan Vishwaso Naiva Jayate Sharira Vidya Jal Jadendriya Tahe Kal Jiva Fele Vishya Sagare Tara Madhye Jiva Hati Lubhoma Isudurmati Take Jeta Katina Samsare Krishna Borodayamai Kuribar Jiva Jai Saprasada Annadilo Bhai Sei Annamrita Pao Shri Radha Krishna Gunagao Premera Kosti Chaitanya Nitai Jai Nimai Jai Nitai Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Shri Radha Krishna Mahaprasadam ki Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Thank you again. So the prasadam line starts from the other end, and there is a place where it says reserved. Please don't occupy that. So you can occupy any place here. Thank you very much. Hari Bol.